Hello, viewers. My name is Savannah Fikes,
My name is Macie Borgfield.
and we are thrilled to have the opportunity to present our Food Innovations Research Project to you through Create at State. Our innovative product is a variation of traditional hot and sour soup. The idea was based on the idea to create a food entree, then reformulate the item to reflect a 25% sodium reduction. In our preliminary research on sodium-dense cuisine, we found research that detailed the high instances of hypertension in Asian populations, with the result of the region's traditional fare. We also found that historically, restaurant and food service type soups are high in sodium, and we wanted to present a product to the market that addresses that issue without compromising smell, appearance, or taste. This led us to deciding to innovate a product often consumed in the Asian culture. The original recipe that we created is derived from traditional recipes and discussion with an acquaintance who immigrated to the United States from Asia.
There are significant differences in blood pressure prevalence and control rates based on race and ethnicity. National surveys such as the U.S. National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey have highlighted these differences. Evidence shows that people of South Asian descent are at higher risk of high blood pressure. In many countries, up to 80% of salt comes from processed foods, but in the Asian population, almost all the salt consumed is added during cooking or at the table. In fact, more than 90% of Asian people add salt to their cooking, and 40% generally add salt to their food at the table. In Asian cooking, the true level of salt added to food is often disguised by the hot spices used. Our product, and hot and sour soup in general, is usually consumed in the cold of winter as a means of warming up. It can be incorporated into one's diet as a meal itself or in conjunction with other traditional dishes, such as sticky rice or dumplings.
After evaluating traditional hot and sour soup recipes and listening to the advice of our acquaintance, we formulated the original recipe. After making the recipe the first time, we decided to deduct ingredients to lessen the spice and make the flavor of the soup more desirable. Then we made our 25% less sodium recipe. We were pleased with the results and did not make any further modifications to the recipes. The nutrient values of both the original and modified recipe are fairly similar, the major difference being the amount of sodium in the two recipes. The original recipe totals 1,510 milligrams of sodium in one serving, while the modified version contains 1,072 milligrams. This is a 29.01% decrease in sodium between the two recipes. This decrease was achieved through the use of liquid aminos as opposed to soy sauce, reduced sodium chicken broth, and no added table salt. Another notable difference is the amount of calories between the two soups. The original recipe contains 228 kilocalories, and the modified recipe contains 175 kilocalories. The difference is reflective of the decrease in carbohydrates in the modified recipe.
In the red graphs, you'll see the results from our focus group tasting. The group was presented with both forms of the innovative recipe. They were both asked to evaluate each variation on smell, appearance, taste, temperature, and overall satisfaction, then record them on the scorecard pictured. The group could choose from dislike very much, dislike, neutral, like, and very much like to distinguish their judgment in each section. For the purpose of comparison between the two recipes, we analyzed the participants' overall satisfaction. The data differed between the two variations, but not much. The original recipe was more liked, with 33.3% denoting they liked the product very much and 0% choosing dislike or dislike very much. The modified version was liked very much by 18.8% of the participants, and 6.3% disliked the product. We were pleased with the variance in the results based on the focus group tasting. We believe with further modifications, we could close the gap and make the reduced sodium variation as desirable as the original. We hope that making small changes to commercial foods, such as the ones explored in this project, can ultimately help reduce the instances of hypertension across the globe.